All right, so I was reading my Bible and I saw the verse and I was like, man, that destroys the prosperity gospel. And, and then I got, a bunch of verses. I didn't know if I just wanted to focus on one or just get a lot, and I got a lot. But anyway, prosperity gospel is basically you give this person some money and you'll get a lot of money in return. It's all about money, money, money. It's all evil. And let's get into it. So Luke 6:34, and if ye lend to them of whom ye hope to receive, what think have ye? For sinners also lend to sinners to receive as much again. But love your enemies and do good, and lend hoping for nothing again, and your reward shall be great, and ye shall be the children of the highest. For he is kind unto the unthankful and to the evil. Be ye therefore merciful, as your Father also is merciful. So you lend hoping not to receive it. These people are lending hoping to receive more. Then Matthew 6:19, lay not up yourselves treasure upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal, but lay up for yourselves treasure in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So it's telling you right there, you care about the things of the earth, your heart is down here, and you're going to hell. You care about the things in heaven, you're going to heaven. What are you focused on? I don't know. I know people who work 2 jobs, just trying to get all that money, and then it's going straight to the car, the house, bigger things, better things, more technology. It has nothing to do with God. It's like, if you're making all that money, you should, you want to give to a church who's actually doing something with it. So even if you are working, you're working for the kingdom, where they're working for, these things are all going to burn. Where the things of heaven, you get bigger rewards and it doesn't burn. So, and then you get into Matthew 11:8. But what went ye out to see? Okay, so this is John the Baptist asks him, are you the one? And Jesus asks, he says, what went ye out for to see? A man clothed in soft raiment, but they that were soft clothing are in king's houses. So Jesus saying, you went out there to see this, and Jesus saying, I don't have this. He didn't go out there with nice clothing. Where if it says soft raiment, which I don't know if you know this, but the more thread count, the softer something is, and it's more money and it's softer. So he was saying, hey, he didn't have these things. Is that the king you're looking for? Someone who's materialistic and cares about the clothes? He didn't have those things, And then Matthew 8:20, and Jesus said unto him, the foxes have holes and the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man hath nowhere to lay his head. He had no home. His home was the earth, And then Matthew 17:24 through 27. Now I'm not going to get into these. This is more about, you could read them and look into them. I'm going to break them down real quick. So they asked Jesus if he paid his tribute money. Peter said yes. Jesus didn't say nothing. Peter spoke up when he shouldn't have, but he said yes. So Jesus tells Peter, hey, you go fishing. When you pick up the fish, it's going to have money in his mouth for me and you to go in. And he goes and does that. So Jesus didn't have money on him. And then you see this in Matthew 22:17 through 21. They try to trick Jesus, asking him, do we pay taxes, basically. And Jesus goes, show them a penny. He didn't have a penny. He's asking them, show me a penny. And then they show him. He says, whose image is on that? It's Caesar's. So he didn't even have a penny on him. And then you see John 12:3 through 6. Judas was the treasurer. Jesus didn't hold the money. Judas held the money. And then you see this in Matthew 26:14 through 16. Judas betrays Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. I was trying to look up, in today's day, how much is that worth? And from what I see, it wasn't a lot. It wasn't like $1 million. It wasn't like 100,000. It wasn't. I don't even think it went past 10,000. It was not a lot of money that he betrayed him for. And Then you see in 1 Timothy 6:10, for the love of money is the root of all evil. Money is not evil. When you love money, that's when it becomes evil. Because when you love money, that's when you're going to do the evil things. That's when you're going to rob. That's when you're going to steal. That's when you're going to kill. That's when you're going to traffic kids. You're going to, sell drugs. You don't care about the other person. All you care about yourself, and you make that money. It's evil. It's only when you love it, it becomes evil. And Judas loved money. And look at that. He betrayed Jesus. And, Jesus said it was better if that man was not born. Like, man. And then in Acts 8:20, so some guy's trying to buy the Holy Ghost. He wants the power of the Holy Ghost. He says, how much do I have to pay? And you can read it more if you want, but it's basically Acts 8. But anyway, Acts 8:20, but Peter said unto him, thy money perish with thee, because thou hast thought that the gift of God may be purchased with money. That is what God thinks of money. Every time I think of money, that is how I see it. That's how God sees it. He does not care about the money at all. So, you got all these prosperity gospels, and these people care about money, and the people in those churches care about money. It's not like, they are like tricking them and using them, but those people are, they're wicked too, because all they do, they want money too. They want to give money so they can get money. It's not about, hey, let me give money to a church that's doing God's will so that somebody can enter into the kingdom. It's not about God, it's about them. So I hope this helps you guys. Have a blessed day.